Welcome to Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard, and before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss it. The all-new Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, D. Broussard, man. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're watching this video. Pels lose another L for the Pels against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Pels lose 101 to 110. Now, this was a game that I felt like we really could have won, but it came down to key moments of the game, executing properly and defending properly. And I'll get into that later, but it's definitely a game that I feel like we could have won. No injuries reported. This was the first game where the Pelicans were fully healthy, no injuries. Everybody on the roster was healthy. We were at full strength. Feel good to say that. I've been waiting and looking forward to what we look like when we're fully healthy. And ultimately, I felt like we looked good, but we just didn't do certain things that we needed to do to win the game. And those things were transition defense, turnovers, failure to close in the fourth. Now, transition defense really hurt us against this team. The Lakers, as we all know, are not a good shooting team this season, unless, Luka Doncic gets hot. But even Luka Doncic, I mean, we did a good job on him, kind of stopping him from getting on those streaks where, he just goes crazy. I mean, he made shots, but, he didn't go crazy. And I felt like we did a good job defending him. We did a good job defending on ball, but every time we turned the ball over, the Lakers got out in transition and they were able to score off our turnovers, and that really hurt us. Now, turnovers really hurt us. A lot of them were ill-advised turnovers in which we caused ourselves. It wasn't like the Lakers just had tremendous defense or they just played really well on defense to create turnovers. It was mainly just us not making the right reads, not making the right plays, not making the right passes. And that really hurt us a lot. Now, total, the Pels had 18 turnovers in this one, and it just hurt us, man. And failure to close in the fourth, like always, it came down to us moving the basketball, playing for one another at the right time of the game, and we didn't do that. We started trying to go one-on-one and got away from moving the basketball, and that really hurt us. And the Lakers, they did the opposite. They didn't turn the ball over. They moved the basketball. They found the right guys to make shots in the final minutes of the fourth, and they were able to pull away in this one. And that's something that we're going to have to work on, especially going forward, is closing in the fourth quarter. I feel like we've lost so many games in the same fashion where we don't execute properly in the fourth quarter and make the right plays to close out games. And that's what's really been hurting us a lot this season. And also, I know with guys out and not playing, it really hurts our chemistry because there's so many different lineup changes and lineup rotations and things of that nature. So when you have those type of things going on, it makes it really hard to build chemistry and, make the right passes, find the right guys if you don't have chemistry. So I feel like a lot of those turnovers just came from us being uncoordinated and just not really having chemistry because a lot of these guys haven't really played together throughout the season. And that's just one of the things that you have to deal with when you have guys that's missing significant amount of time throughout the season. It's tough to build chemistry, when guys are out. Top performers in this one, Zion Williamson, another good performance for Zion Williamson, 24 points. Zion was 10 for 18 from field goal range. Now, the Lakers did try to build a defensive wall to stop Zion from getting to the rim, but ultimately, he was still able to get to the rim, whether it was cutting to the basket, running in transition, just, dropping his shoulder and being strong and getting to that rack. He still was able to do Zion things. So uh, salute to Zion, man, for coming back off the injury. Now Zion had the ankle injury and he was out uh, 2 games, and he played tonight. So last night. So salute to Zion, man, for being healthy, man, and being dedicated to the team and being locked in and focused, man. And um, like I say, we definitely need Zion on the basketball court if we're going to be a factor. Now, Trey Murphy added 21 points. Trey was 7 for 15 from field goal range and also 3 for 7 from behind the arc. Good performance for Trey Murphy as well. Trey had some nasty dunks in this one. Had a windmill, tomahawk jam. This is kind of like why I feel like Trey should have participated in a slam dunk contest, because Trey is a really good dunker, and he can do some some nice things, man, when you give him the full court to take off and get above the rim. So um, definitely like what I seen from Trey Murphy. Also, DeJounte Murray added 15 points. DeJounte was 5 for 13 from field goal range and also 2 for 6 from behind the arc. Good performance for DeJounte Murray. DeJounte played some really good defense, had a few steals, few deflections. And that's just one of the things that DeJounte Murray adds to this team is perimeter defending and aggressive defending. And that's the type of things that we need if we're going to build an identity and build chemistry. We need to play defense. So that's one of the things that DeJounte Murray brings to our team, and which he's always done. DeJounte has always been a good defender, and I think, that's going to help us out a lot. Sadiq Bey added 18 points. Sadiq was 7 for 18 from field goal range and also 2 for 9 from behind the arc. And another good performance for Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey continues to be consistent every game, scoring, whether it's rebounding, being aggressive on defense. Um, as I've been saying, I absolutely love Sadiq Bey and his game and the way that he plays. And I feel like the Pels definitely need to figure out a way to lock Sadiq Bey in long term, because he'll be a free agent after next season. And if he stays playing the way he's playing right now, it's definitely going to be some teams that's going to be looking to offer Sadiq a bag. So we definitely have to figure out what we need to do to keep Sadiq Bey in this lineup. And also, it was reported today that the Pelicans signed Josh Aduro, if I'm saying that correctly, to a 2-way deal. Josh is playing for the G League affiliate. Josh is a power forward / center. The Pelicans signed him today to a 2-way deal, so I'm not sure if he'll be cracking the rotation going forward or not. But they did sign him to a 2-way deal. So I don't really know much about the kid and his game, but I know that he's a power forward / center. Maybe he's a good rebounder. I'm not really sure, but they felt the need to sign him to a 2-way deal, call him up and bring him in to help the Pels out. So we'll see what happens with that situation. Next game will be against the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento. Now, we already know that Sacramento is basically in tank mode this season. They're down a couple guys. But even teams that's, in tank mode, they still gonna play hard. They still gonna be looking to get wins, if you give them the opportunity to win. So it's definitely one that we can't take lightly. This is the NBA, so I feel like we still gonna have to do the things that we need to do, which is take care of the basketball, move the basketball, play for one another, get back in transition, and defend well if we're gonna win this game. I think Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan are still playing. I'm not really sure. I haven't been keeping up with Sacramento too much, but um, yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be a game that we still gonna have to go out and play and try to get the win. So try to get out this losing slump. But yeah, man, that's it for me. Thank y'all for tuning in to the all new Pelicans Flock Report, where I give you everything New Orleans Pelicans from a fan's perspective. Shout out to everybody that's already subscribed. And if you're not subscribed already, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. I'm out.